Yarg, you scallywags. I'm Umar.
I'm Trevor.
Yarg, 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 yarg. I'm losing my hair. This is OT Graps, the wackiest wrestling show in the entire internet. And you got me and Trevor here for the next hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, however long we're going to be here talking about professional wrestling. Guys, shout out in the chat. Let us know what you guys think. Go over to youtube.com/OT Graps and subscribe. We're hitting over almost 350 subscribers there. Got some videos over there that are cooking, Trevor.
Hey, the comment section is cooking more than anything else.
I mean, they cooking you, bro. They cooking you, not me.
Yeah, because I'm the only beautiful face they see.
It's look. But people can't. What's that old Nas saying? People hate what they fear what they don't understand. Hate what they can't conquer. It's just the theory of man.
There you go. Wasn't that a rap lyric?
It was. You can hate me now, but I won't stop. I won't stop now. Shout out to Nas. Shout out to all of y'all in the chat, in the building. Welcome to OT Graps. Trevor, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, sir. How are you with your fine garments on there?
Oh, yes. You are not the only one who's on vacation. Yes.
Huzzah.
Roll Tide, baby. We got a wonderful show planned for y'all today. Be sure to shout out in the chat. For some reason, I can't pull up her comment, but TC says aloha. Aloha. We look like we're dressed for WCW TV in like 2000. Because they just wore whatever the hell they wanted to in 2000.
After a while, they really did.
Kevin Nash like winning the world title in a Hawaiian shirt. Just the most like he's like I'm not a good person. I know it.
Who cares?
Man. All right. Well, Trevor, let's kick things off and start talking about it. Roman Reigns recently returned to WWE TV and he took down the Bloodline, the new Bloodline, I should say. And with Sami Zayn being, nice doggy. We got a Dobby appearance.
Yeah, he came in. Hi, buddy. Yeah.
Hello, my Dobby. My name is Dobby. Anyway, Roman Reigns recently returned, prompting many people to speculate about the potential reunion of the Bloodline. This comes at a time, Trevor, where Raw just made a trade for Randy Orton, so he's coming over to Raw. People have to go over to SmackDown. Sami Zayn recently feels like he was written off of TV. Jey Uso's been, where's my Uso? Where's my Oos Jimmy? You know what's up, Oos? Like, even doing all that. Trevor, what do you think, bro? Are we getting this Bloodline reunion? Or is the OG Bloodline coming back together?
That's the rumors. And honestly, I kind of like them. I kind of like them.
Tell them, bro. Tell them.
Here's the thing, though, with the OG Bloodline. Sikoa was an OG Bloodline member.
You make a good point. Give me 1 second, but continue.
He's an OG Bloodline member, so that's one of the things that's going to be interesting. But I did hear Zilla Fatu is in the ranks coming up. Dude, there's going to be so many Samoans.
I mean, look, there's quite
WWE
a bit.
In 2024, 2025.
There's quite a bit already, but
it's gonna be way more.
But it's good. I mean, like, look, they have for nearly a generation defined the business, or multiple generations at this point.
Absolutely.
Defined the business.
I mean, I don't know of a time of me watching wrestling, and it's honest truth. The time of me watching wrestling where there wasn't a member of the Samoan dynasty in wrestling. Like maybe behind the scenes, maybe not actively wrestling, but I don't ever remember a time where I was watching wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since I was like 3-4 years old. So
damn, that was like 80 years ago.
Seen it. It feels like it. So I mean, it's been that way for a while. Like I mean, there's always been a Samoan in wrestling. Like no matter what federation you look at, no matter what promotion you look at, there's always been a Samoan in wrestling. I mean, Jacob's been in wrestling for how long now? Zilla as well. Like all these guys have been, they're not new. They've been wrestling for a long time. Solo was wrestling independent or whatever. I saw a match with Solo Recently, and he was a few pounds lighter and very young.
Jacob, man, Jacob got in a real good shape, and
Oh, he did. He
that thing
definitely
is
did.
crazy. They're saving him for Roman. Um, but I agree with you. Back to your earlier point, because I did want to talk about this. You said Solo, was the original member of the Bloodline. You were right,
Right.
Trevor. But I want you to take a quick look at this picture. What do you notice about
That's true.
Solo?
I I didn't. So the funny thing is, I noticed that before. Like he's just like, I'm not having it. I'm not part of this. Which was the same thing everyone noticed with The Rock putting up the loser sign.
Oh, wait, you think that's what they're building up to? Him acknowledging him and then going, oh, that would be the funniest thing ever.
I mean, like when you think about it, like he did it every time. He didn't do it once. He did it every time. He did
Do you
this.
imagine him just going, loser? That would be wild.
But I mean, hey, it's gonna be fun to figure out exactly what route they take because I honestly do believe that The Rock is gonna be a leader of the silent leader of the new bloodline, so to speak. And then you also, like I said, you have Zilla Fatu possibly coming in. You have Jacob once he gets healthy. Still not sure exactly how hurt he actually is. But so you got a lot of things cooking together because the Usos, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn, that's four.
See, four though is like just enough to you could get away with a
I
war
mean,
games
four is
match.
enough for war
That's
games.
war. That's
Like, I
enough
mean,
for
this
war
is what we're
games.
leading to anyway.
I mean,
Four is just enough for war games.
like you could do something. You could add in like Hikaleo or whatever. Paul Heyman in war games would be hilarious. It's like no,
My
oh,
tribal chief.
that's actually okay. I know that sounds corny, and people are gonna like joke about it and make fun of me for it, but if you want a way for the original Bloodline to lose in this, that doesn't really like put anyone over, or that doesn't really like make anyone like pinned, you could have Paul Heyman in it, and then Paul Heyman be the one to be like, no, we surrender. My tribal, don't hurt my tribal chief, because they got like Roman pinned up or something, and they're like torturing him. It's like,
I mean, you could. I mean, it's one of those things that is a great. I mean, it's a great story plot. Um, a lot of wrestling fans wouldn't like it, but it's a great story plot. I mean, everyone who's Mark thinks the greatest story. Right? Oh, I froze.
yeah,
There we go. Everyone in wrestling thinks every Mark wrestling WWE fan thinks the greatest story in wrestling is Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So but I mean, it's a great story.
isn't it? Anyway, Bloodline.
But no, like I mean, it's the story. What you can do with this story is endless. Honestly, I mean, you just got to be careful not to overdo or undercut it. Pretty much, because one move this way you can ruin it, and one move this way you can ruin it. So just gotta do it smart.
I still don't understand why Jimmy betrayed Jay at SummerSlam last year. That part still makes no sense to me.
If we're being honest, there are a lot of parts to this that don't make a lot of sense.
I mean, a lot of it though, like I get, I get what they were going for. I get like what they were trying to do. It's just like that. I was like, what he after betraying Roman with his brother, he was like, no, bro, no, Oos, I'm the older Oos. What? Like, come on now. You gotta respect your elders. Oos. Like, what? You were saying you were
your brother protected you. Your brother like said you joined him, and then all of a sudden
left
you're like
first. I still don't get this. Jimmy Uso left first.
right. That's why.
He super kicked Roman like back to like what is it, Pensacola, Florida, wherever he's from.
I thought you were gonna say Samoa, but anyway.
Nah. Hey, no. Oh, who do you think I am? I'm not Hulk Hogan. I ain't gonna say wild shit like that.
And Pensacola, Florida is not wild.
Hey, that's where he's from Pensacola, Florida.
But no, like I mean, it's one of those things that so every great story isn't great all the way through. it has chapters that if you read a book, some chapters are better than others. Like, but all together, put it together, it's a great story. So like parts of it are but it really was good storytelling with the Bloodline. It's probably the best story ever told in WWE. And I don't care what you marks say, it's the truth.
I'll have you know that Val Venus versus Kaientai was the best story in WWE history.
Choppy, man.
Jeez.
We don't talk about it. Anyway, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was a while. I cannot believe that was allowed on television.
Yeah.
Although I can. I mean, a lot of things were allowed on television back in the day.
Being the father of a hand was on TV too.
Hey, look, Mark Henry. You want to talk about it? We can talk about it. Trevor, I have a wild booking story for you. Hear me out. And then I want to hear your reaction. We got Mark Henry's son recently coming in to WWE, signed an NIL deal. Jacob Henry, prime athlete, great star in wrestling in Oklahoma.
If you watched Raw, he made an appearance last night.
Yep. He was there on Raw, Boomer Sooner, all that stuff. Trevor, you know what I think his intro to WWE should be? Let me tell you about it, because look, we don't know what happened to that hand. I'm being serious. We do not know what happened to that hand, Trevor. And for those of you who are wondering, back in like 1996, there was a story in WWE where Mark Henry and Mae Young, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, Mae Young, who at that point was like 70, you know, they engaged in intimate carnal relations. And the product of that was Mae Young getting pregnant and eventually giving birth to a hand. One of the most infamous stories in WWE history. This has a chance to come full circle, Trev. Full circle. So I got to ask you, plain as day, tell me, yes or no, should Jacob Henry be Mark Henry's hand of a son?
No.
Why? Come on. It's right there. It's great stuff.
For comic relief, it would be absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But Jacob Henry deserves to have a real shot at being a real star. That's not the way you start him off.
What do you mean? Like, that's a star. He's a hand. It's like, well, look, it's always kind of a star.
It was a white hand. That was the funniest part.
Hey, you don't. Hey, you don't know. He's a baby. You can't tell. He hasn't grown into it yet. We don't even know. Like, there's a lot of like.
His fingertips were black.
Look, hey, look. I was white when I came out.
I was too, actually. I was white too.
Yeah, see, look. Hey, don't throw glass stones and or whatever. Don't throw rocks and anyway. Trevor, I'm telling you though. Tell me this wouldn't cook though. Tell me this wouldn't cook.
You know what? I have respect for our viewers that like us. So
all two of them.
Yeah, all two of them that actually like us. I respect them. They have better sense to watch that trash. The ones that don't like us, they'll watch it. The guy that got on me because Hulk Hogan is a legendary god. Yeah, he'll watch it.
I got to talk to you about something off camera. One certain Hulk Hogan fan blocked me on Twitter, which was interesting. But I mean, look, I do think. Look, Dominic. All I'm saying is Dominic Mysterio recovered from Dominic on a ladder, or the Dominic ladder.
It wasn't as bad as your mom giving birth to a hand.
It was wild, and so was Mae Young giving birth to a hand. All right, I'm telling you, Mark Henry. Look, or at least give me this. Give me a backstage segment with Jacob Henry and the hand. They could wait, Trevor. They could win the tag team titles.
He just walks up to people and slaps people with the hand. Anyway, you know what?
yo. He's just like,
Oh my god.
hey yo. Y'all let me know in the comments. Tell me. I dare one of y'all to have the unmitigated gall and guts to tell me this wouldn't cook. WWE would make so much money off of that hand.
It's so stupid though.
So what? What do you mean?
The thing
AOP, Authors of Pain and New Day are coming out there every week, stinking up the joint. Like, give me something entertaining. Where's the?
Well, soon Xavier Woods is gonna leave the group anyway. So
Hey, no, bro, it's just WWE. We got one W in WWE. Ain't no wrestling on that show on Monday Night Raw. Ain't no entertainment outside of like, okay, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. That's really good stuff. But like,
yeah,
give me the hand, man. The hand. I'll watch Raw every week.
As great as it could be. So yeah,
Give me the hand, man. Give me the hand.
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. I'm kind of serious actually about this hand.
I know you were. I know you were.
Like it would be an iconic moment, and WWE like, well, he can recover from that story.
Can he though?
100 P.
I don't know because one person didn't recover from being the illegitimate son of Kurt Angle.
Dominic recovered. Kurt Angle. Well, no, he didn't. His neck. Let me not. That's how you know he's not Kurt Angle's real. Let me stop. All love, all jokes. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, let us know what you guys think in the chat. Are we getting comments or chats, by the way?
Not that I see. Just CC right now.
Yeah. Okay.
No one likes us today.
Just making sure everyone loves us. We got a few people watching here. Trevor, I do have another question for you. Going back to the Bloodline stuff real quick. I want to get your thoughts on this. Is Sami Zayn the reason that the Bloodline took off?
See, that's an interesting question because, like, I feel like they were catching momentum anyway before the stuff with Sami, but you did see a significant like jump in popularity when Sami was trying to be a member, right? Early on when he was trying to be a member, and they weren't really having it, and then like when he did become a member, like they became definitely very pop. The pop that they got with Sami was definitely louder than the pop they got when they were by themselves. Like, I mean, it is a very good question. I mean, one could say like, yeah, like Sami is definitely the reason why they got the popularity, but you can also say is the reason like he helped, but the main reason was what they were doing with Sami Zayn. I mean, with Roman Reigns. Like, you can definitely say the fact that Roman was a dominant champion, Roman was taking all comers, Roman was presented well. You can say that's part of it as well. So, like, it's twofold, but I do believe Sami had a lot to do with it, though.
Yeah, I think. Look, I think that there's two ways of looking at it. Right? Is Sami Zayn Is Sami Zayn like the the reason why Roman Reigns and his big reign like are so popular? No, but this Bloodline story does not get as big as it did without the injection of Sami Zayn. That is just absolute, irrefutable fact. If you go back and watch the Bloodline before, they were doing their thing, but they were like, they were essentially just like, like good heel faction number 4 or whatever. Like, like they were good heel faction, but they were just like generic heel, like, throw the ones up, Roman's the best, blah, blah, blah. What Sami did was allow us to, like, and this is like a weird, like, I'm just going to sound like more or whatever, romanticized or whatever, but they allowed us to, like, fall in love with the Bloodline, right? As characters. Like, truly, like, engage with these characters in a way that we didn't think was possible. Like, they became like Roman Reigns somehow through Sami Zayn became like a baby, almost a baby face. Like people were just like they were cheering him because of Sami Zayn. Like the segments they were in, him winning over Jey Uso, that slow burn of him trying to win over Jey Uso, when it finally culminated in that, Sammy's court segment.
Oh yeah.
And Jay was the one who stopped Solo from spiking him, and he stood up for him. Like that was such a great freaking moment, and like I think that while like I think Roman and all that kind of stuff would have been over regardless, it would not have, I think, be over to the point that it was. And I think, look, you watch like the Bloodline stuff and you look at ratings, you look at ticket sales, that stuff started really picking up when Sami Zayn and the Bloodline started doing their thing. And remember, this is during a time Cody was gone for like 6 months from WWE TV.
Yep.
They were the big draw. That storyline was the reason I watched SmackDown every week.
Oh yeah, like when Sammy, the whole thing leading up to Sammy's first title shot, everything. Like it was some cinematic. Like it, as they say, it was cinema. But no, he did help. He definitely did help. Like you say, you look at the sales, ticket sales, you look at the boosted ratings, you look at the merchandise boost, like the honorary Oos t-shirts went off. They went off. And I unfortunately never got a chance to get one. But
you'll get your chance in about 2 months at WWEshop.com.
I gotta get an honorary Oos t-shirt. I have to. But no, like I mean, it was just one of those things that worked really well. And like Sammy was the best person to do so.
Yep. I think people are like, there are a lot of fans who are like down on Sammy or whatever because, I mean, number one, I'm just like, how do you not like Sami Zayn? Like that's just crazy to me. If you don't like you don't have to like his wrestling, you don't have to like his promos, or but if you don't like the guy, like there's something wrong with you. But
there's so much to like. He's such a nice dude.
I mean, he spent his birthday raising money for children in need in Syria. The dude is like, right. Dude's awesome. Yeah, I think like people are gonna look back though at like that like time and be like, man, Sammy really was like he was the glue, and that's what made that moment when he went up for the WWE Championship and that iconic Royal Rumble moment, like where he hit Roman, like that was my moment of the year. Like, I loved that
might be
moment.
One of the best moments and honestly one of the biggest moments in the past 10 years of wrestling, honestly.
And the pop it got.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah, man. He should have won the belt. I'll say it. No one else wants to say it. I'll say it. Sami Zayn should have beat Roman Reigns' ass at Elimination Chamber.
Now, I know what they were trying to do with Cody Rhodes, and I get it, but he should have been the one to beat Roman.
Should have beat that ass.
And if it ever wasn't him, it definitely should have been Jay.
Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, at that point, it was going to be Cody. They were too far in. It had to be Cody, which I get. Right. But you also just could have had Cody win. Could have just had Cody win.
It was one of those things where, like, yes, again, like you said, we like Cody. We wanted Cody to win. But at the same token, you had all these other guys that could have did it. Like, yeah. And honestly, I'd have been happy with Sammy holding the belt. That moment, Sammy holding the belt, falling in the ring, crying. Oh, I wanted that.
In Montreal.
I wanted that.
Yeah, no, that city would have rioted if he won.
Oh, hell yeah.
And somehow positively rioted. Like, crazy, man. But, yeah, Sami Zayn, undeniable glue to the bloodline.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's so good, though, in the ring.
He is. He really is. Like, him and that El Generico guy really wrestle alike. They really do.
El Generico, what a guy. Like, dude, I wonder what happened. Well, he's in the orphanage in Mexico, right?
Of course. I mean, that's what he's doing now, protecting orphans. But,
yeah. I don't know what's happening, by the way. For whatever reason, I can't pull up the chats. I can still read them out, but like I can't pull them up on the screen. So sorry about that, guys, if you've been chatting.
Yeah, I just see CC so far.
Yes,
So
yes. CC's like the chat is subscriber mode only. Only people who are subscribed can leave a chat. There's a reason for that. We were flooded by porn bots. And I am not trying to have porn bots in here because they are really hard to manage. Because when they start, they don't stop.
no, you know.
Anyway, guys, not the kind of bots you want, ironically enough. Man. Well, Trevor, let's switch gears and talk about AEW All In, if you want to.
Oh man.
How do you feel about the show so far and how it's kind of building up?
So I don't know the all the cards yet.
I mean, you want me to read it out to you? Again?
Yes, please.
Pull it up.
I know some of them. I don't know all of them.
Yeah, so we have Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson, title versus career in the main event of the show. That's going to be a big match. We have the Patriarchy defending their AEW Trios Championships against the Bang Bang Gang and the House of Black. So trios match for the Trios Championships. Orange Cassidy or Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly versus TBA. This is the Casino Gauntlet match. They're actually having a Casino Gauntlet match. Interesting thing here, and why I like this model is Cassidy, Strong, and O'Reilly are all battling on Wednesday to determine who gets the number one entry. Because remember, in the Casino Gauntlet, you have more of an advantage if you're first out because the match just ends the first pinfall. So you want to be out there immediately.
It's an interesting match to me. I actually love that match. I think it's a great match. Like the whole ideology behind the fact that just in by pinfall is crazy to me. It's good. I like the idea behind it.
Yo, Sarala. You're on your Tony Schiavone. I love it.
Love it.
I love it. Yes, Excalibur, and we'll be bringing TNT. 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 I'm Tony Schiavone. Anyway, you also have Mercedes Moné versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who we'll talk about because I do want to get your thoughts on MJF's recent comments about her. Jack Perry versus Darby Allin for the TNT title. MJF, Will Ospreay, AEW American/International Championship on the line. Oh man, it's gonna be a banger, bro. It's gonna be a banger. This is a fire card. Timeless Tony Storm versus the Glamour Mariah Monet. And then on the pre-show, get this. We got Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii teaming up to take on Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway.
I saw that.
Stokely's reaction to it was priceless, by the way. He was just like, me? like, what are you talking about for me for? Like, it was amazing. Shout out to Big Stoke, but hell of a card, Trevor.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. Like, this is gonna be a lot of fun. This is gonna be a fun show.
It's gonna be a wild show.
You gonna have a good time.
I mean, I have to buy my tickets in order to officially have fun.
True. You going by yourself or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, see, I'm going with like friends to England, but going by myself to the show because they all hate wrestling. Yeah,
it's cool.
But who knows? I'll find some. I usually find someone at shows. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I usually find like not friends. I'm not gonna say friends, but like I find like people like who I basically am friends with at the show, like throughout the night at AEW shows. Right. Except for the last time I went. Blood and Guts was a weird.
Have you gotten recognized for being online yet? Like
yeah, it's happened. It's happened. Like only a few times. Like not that many. Yeah. You get recognized way more than I do.
It's weird because like I think it's been maybe twice, three times with that I know, and then my girl has her patients recognize me at
work
when she worked. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, it's happened like I think Okay, it's really happened 3 times. One of them was at WrestleMania. The dude, so I met up with Kenny Baum at WrestleMania, and the dude's like, "Oh yeah, I know you." I'm like, "Hey, you ain't know me. You recognize Kenny Baum, Mr. 30K subscribers over there." Shout out to Kenny Baum, by the way. The last time it happened was at MSG, actually, Madison Square Garden, and it was like kids. Oh my god,
Wow. Yeah, it happened to me too. It was kids, yeah.
Bro, I just didn't, and they were like sitting right. No, that's the wild part. They were sitting right next to me, and their mom just goes like, "Hey, aren't you the guy?" And it's New York, so like, "Aren't you the guy from? Aren't you the guy from YouTube? We saw you. I think we saw you at WrestleMania." And I was like, "Did you? Okay." I'm just sitting here. I'm like, there's a match going on right now. I'm trying to watch, but no.
I'm sorry.
I was like, yeah, hey, it's good, cool. No, I mean,
I was actually heading to work once, and like, downtown we get a lot of tourists, and I don't know, they were from the West Coast. The kid said he was Minnesota or whatever, and I'm walking past, and dude bumps into me. I say, "Hey, sorry, kid." Kept walking, goes, and all I hear is, "You're Trevor Sutton." I'm like,
Trevor Sutton?
And I'm like, "How do you know me?" And then they start talking about OD Graps. Oh wow, hey, okay.
Yes, you are.
Him and his brother, they watch me. And I'm like, wow, okay.
You are the Mr. Sutton. Yes. Yes, yes. I am a French Jacques Barry. Oh, bonjour, mi amour. Here's the young punk. He screwed me. Merci. And comment ça va? He say, yeah, fuck you, Jacques Perry. And I say, I am the scapegoat.
Hey, shut up. That's hilarious.
Whoa. Where did that come from?
That just pops up everywhere.
Oh, I am back. Le French. Wait. I got a way to make this better. Hold up. Wait. Don't. Do not touch that dial, kids. Magic is about to happen. You just wait and see what I am about to do to Le Jacques Perry. You just freaking wait and see what's about to happen. Oh yeah.
My god.
Oh yeah. Bonjour. Bonjour. I am Le Jacques Perry.
I don't know what happened.
Yes, I was in London, and then I took the train down to France, and I get my baguette. Le Jacques Perry, le scapegoat.
Oh my god.
Jacques Perry.
Jacques Perry.
Oh yeah. Oh, this one's coming back. This one's coming back. I'm gonna save this one. This one's coming back, Trevor.
Oh man.
I am Jacques Perry.
It's a shame how they got canceled so quick.
Wait, what you mean? Wait, whoa, oh, hey, what were you? Hey, here we go now. There we go. Oh, what you mean? No one can conceal Jacques Perry. I am le boy. Fuck. How do you say boy in French? I forgot my French. I am le garçon du jungle.
Shut up.
Le garçon. Le jungle garçon.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. That was enough fun. Le jungle garçon.
I don't know anything much anymore.
I am le petit garçon du jungle.
Little garçon. Little.
Le petit garçon du jungle, the little the jungle boy.
It was funny. My dad was very fluent in French. I have no idea what to say half the things he said.
Mon chéri.
I understand it more than I speak it.
Oh, mon chéri, we should have a lesson at my house. You can come on my skip good bus.
This is getting bad.
All right. We have lost viewers. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. It will come back though.
They always come back.
Although, no. Well, one of them did not come back. Anyway, let's talk though, Trevor, because I want to get your thoughts on this. WrestleTix update. All In has 45,000 tickets sold. Question for you: did AEW make a mistake by running the stadium in Wembley for All In? Because I think that's like a thing wrestling fans are saying, oh, it's not selling the same as it did last year. At the same time, you could argue there have been WrestleManias in the past decade that have sold, in reality, 50,000 seats. But what are your thoughts on this? Like, how do you see, like, is All In this year a failure?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's a little too early to call it a failure, right? Like, I mean, that's just what it is now. I mean, like, it's what, next week after next?
2 weeks.
Like, no, it's plenty of time for it to make that up. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're the first people to do something like this. So, like, I don't think that it's a failure, but I do think, like, along with, and it's mistakes that they have since then, what's the word I'm looking for? Fixed. Mistakes that they've since fixed. I mean, their show is selling better now. The Dynamite is selling better. They're doing better ratings on TV. So, I mean, they're overall, I think, better for their mistakes and a better company. But, I mean, you're just not going to sell like that all the time. Like, I mean, WWE goes to the same thing. Like, let's just be honest. Like, some of their ratings drop, especially on Raw because it's trash. But, I mean, like, it's going to happen. It's definitely happened.
Yeah. I think, like, anyone who thinks that selling 45,000 tickets for a wrestling show is a failure is, like, kind of lost their mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And I get, like, the argument, like, oh, well, how's it going to look on TV? I mean, it's going to look basically the same as SummerSlam did, like, a few years ago. Like, it's going to look the same as, like, a lot of the WWE's arena shows. Like, people are like, oh, my God, the Royal Rumble. 50,000 people in the Alamo Dome, or in, like, what was it? Is Orlando, wherever it was,
Yeah,
wherever it was this past year, or Tampa. I think it was Tampa. It was in the Thunderdome. But it's like in reality, they sold like 30-something thousand tickets. Like, which is a great show. It's like people like look at like, oh, it's like that's a great house. That is an insane house, and like AEW are on track to have like I think like a top 5 house in like the
sneeze
in the European.
Sorry.
You're good. Oh, your dog sneeze?
No, my snake sneezed.
I didn't even know snakes could sneeze.
Me either, but he did.
That's crazy. But like they're gonna have like a top 5 like European house like all time, like even with like the 45,000. Like it's like people can do, but and they're probably gonna have like near 50,000 seats tickets sold by the time it rolls around, and even more people in the arena. So I think people are just gonna be like, people are gonna talk, people are gonna say what they want to say, people are gonna try to poo-poo on AEW all they want. They're gonna have a great show at All In. They're going to get a massive rights increase on their media rights deal. Trevor, knock on wood, we're going to be able to go back and watch AEW from the past on Max, and I think that's actually going to help out with the popularity of the product. It's not going to get it automatically up like to the way where it was a couple of years ago, but it's going to help for sure.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. I think people are too like really too like harsh on AEW. Like they expect it to be like this dynamite company off the back. And I mean, yes, they've been around for what, 4 years now, 5 years now, and like, yes, I mean this. I guess what's the word you're looking for? The honeymoon stage is over.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a serious business, and I get that. But like 45, like to save that amount is like a failure.
Oh,
That's
they
good.
only sold half of the tickets that they had last year. Oh, this company is a failure. A failure. WWE. Damian Priest should have been world champion.
Yes, Marks, we love you.
I mean, that's the same complaints that the tribalist fans like. There's like something CM Punk, like like
Right.
it's like or something or the other way around. We could say something like whatever, like WWE, like yeah. It's just like I'm just so sick of the tribalism, man. I just want to enjoy wrestling,
Dude. Me too. Like when people put too much into certain things, like the fans is what makes wrestling bad. Like the wrestling fans that are jackasses or jerks.
Yes, those specific fans. No, most wrestling fans are great.
Oh yeah, I love most wrestling fans. Now you have your wrestling fans that I can't stand, which is some of the wrestling fans that comment on our videos. But like for the most part, like it's entertainment. It's not to be taken too seriously. Have we marked out in certain situations? Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to continue to mark out. Was I one of the loudest people when LA Knight kicked douchebag Paul's ass? Yes,
Yeah.
I was happy about it.
Yeah,
For a number of reasons.
yeah.
But I mean, at the same token, like I know it's an entertainment phase, and it's fine.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens, though. I mean, I think they're gonna be fine. Look, if you my main thing to like people who like don't enjoy like specific wrestling shows or programming or styles is, what the best thing is? There's something out there for you that you can spend your time liking instead of hating.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's just people just are wonderful jerks and like to ruin everything.
Yeah, you're a wonderful jerk. That's like a very like it's like a tough love familial thing. It's like, I hate you, you wonderful jerk. Like, oh man. Well, Trevor, let's switch gears a bit. Stick with talking to AEW, but talk about MJF because this is one of the biggest stories in all of professional wrestling. So obviously MJF, Britt Baker got into an argument allegedly backstage a couple of weeks ago at Dynamite 250, and now MJF has actually come out and talked about that altercation, incident, whatever we want to call it, for the first time ever since this happened and it broke. We're going to take a listen to what MJF had to say. This is going to be audio courtesy of Cultaholic. That is an interview that MJF did with Cultaholic.com where he talked about this and shed light on it in the for the first time that we've at least heard about it. Here is what he had to say.
There's been all these reports of a backstage incident, a blow-up, whatever you want to call it, with Dr. Britt Baker.
Very real. Yes, it all happened. Hey, tell me if this passes the smell test, okay. Asshole? I barge into a woman's locker room. I scream in the face of an 110-pound woman, and then I physically threaten her by punching a wall in her vicinity, and I don't get suspended. Does that pass the smell test to you?
No.
Interesting.
I read a correction which then said you didn't barge into the locker room.
Yeah, I don't think there was enough corrections because almost everything that was written didn't happen.
Okay.
Listen, everybody has coworkers at work they may not get along with. I have a feeling that this was blown out of proportion because all of the English wrestling commentary places that make money off of people like me who are far more rich and talented and handsome and humble need clickbait. I can sit here and I can say wrestling is a very competitive sport. It breeds a level of insecurity like no other. However, I can easily, sitting here, I can put over any talent, regardless of whether or not I like them as a human being. I can sit here and I can tell you that Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné at Wembley on August 25th is going to be an epic match.
It's huge, yeah.
And we should all be excited to watch it. I don't have to like all my coworkers, and that's fine. But yeah, dude, that was wild to read.
Yeah.
Wild to read.
That was MJF talking about that whole situation with Britt Baker and, the reports that inaccurately depicted him, quote unquote, barging into the women's locker room when most reputable sources claimed that he knocked, asked for permission, had a conversation with Britt, and things got heated from there. Trevor, what do you think about MJF's comments? What's your initial reaction here?
I mean, the guy is he I'm trying to figure my words. Like MJF has never mixed words, right? He's never been a guy that tried to blow smoke up any fan's ass, so to, for lack of a better term. He's always been straight shooter that I know of. Everything has been covered in the media and everything. It's just, But at the same token, we know how media is. Media always blows things out of proportion. That's how media stays around. That's how media sells. Like, so to speak, clickbait. That's even you yourself and I have never been that way off. But
there is an acceptable amount, like anyone with a brain knows this, there's an acceptable amount of like quote unquote clickbait you can do. Like,
right.
Like,
but to say this man barged into a 150-pound woman's locker room and got in her face and didn't see any like jail time or something like that is a little, far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, like the reality is Britt Baker was the one who was punished from this. We don't know the details outside of like what has been reported, and I like think about like things like this, and I'm just like, look, obviously something was done. It's alleged that Britt Baker said certain things to MJF's partner. That is none of my business, to be honest with you, but it seems to be the reason, like, or at least the perception was like, Britt was like, taking it too far. And that's
right.
why,
Right.
At least that's the sense from the reports. That's why she was suspended. At the same time, I think like we've all kind of been in situations. We've talked about this, right? Like where it's like you don't like who you work with. It happens. You have times where you might yell at each other. You have times where you might say like, one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, and like the relationship deteriorates. But if there are any two people that I believe will be professional coming out of this and not call each other out on live TV, not go on a press conference and call each other out, and not, bury the company while they're at it, it's probably these two. I think they take a lot of, like, forget the company and Tony Khan making money. Like, I take that completely out of it. I think they take a lot of pride in, what AEW has done and the impact that its just existence is made to the wrestling business. Not talking about the company, not talking about Tony Khan. I'm talking about the fact that there is an alternative to the monopoly that is WWE, and that being a good thing. I think they take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're I guess you can say right now they're ambassadors for their brand because I mean they're both homegrown superstars that were in their own right. Like, so yeah, I mean it goes without saying that they wouldn't disrespect their brand in that manner, Like especially, I mean, as much as he calls himself a scumbag for the fans or whatever, as much as Britt Baker has been a heel, like they respect their brand and they respect everyone in their brand, so they're not gonna do something quite like that.
Let's hope not. Well, we'll see what happens here. But look, Britt Baker is coming back. She's gonna wrestle Mercedes Moné, and MJF kept it professional. He put her over, man. He put her over.
He really did. Like, and honestly, I don't think what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think younger MJF before would have done that, honestly.
Would he just bought a plane ticket and had the entire wrestling world at his fingertips?
Pretty much.
Shout out to MJF though. Shout out to Britt Baker. Both amazing talents. But yeah, situations happen, man. Like that's the thing. Like I'm not gonna say like similar stuff because obviously the dynamic here is a little bit different. But there's arguments backstage in WWE all the time. Yeah,
Dude,
and
it is.
When you have,
yeah. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to jump in. I'm so sorry.
No, I was just gonna say when you have like that many egos in one place, like it's gonna happen. And like I don't use egos in like a derogatory term. I just like these are people who are very proud of their work, take a lot of you know, they own what they do. Like, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, like I was just going to piggyback off what you're saying. Like, of course, like it happens in all sports, right? I mean, especially WWE, but they're only going to talk about. Look, see, this is how media gets you. They only talk about AEW because AEW is the one that everybody wants to fail. The hell, all these marks think it's going to happen anyway, and that's what they do. They target the one that's the less popular. And not saying it's not popular, but it's less popular than WWE.
I'll have you know, GCW is more popular than the AEW because they had more WWE superstars.
Oh, God, I hate Marks.
Oh man, you know who I love though? Oh no, yeah, there I am, Le Paris. Le Trevor, I heard you was talking about All In. Oh yes, I'm going to be in London for All In. Yes, I am going to be smoking my cigarette and I am going to blow it on Zabi, Monsieur Alain.
Yes.
Monsieur Alain is not gonna know what hit him when I hit him with the scapegoat breaker.
The scapegoat breaker.
Yes, I just came back from Paris in the Olympics. Le France. I would love a post-show press conference with Jack Perry coming out and like eating muffins. Give it to me. I don't care. Y'all, people can complain all they want. Give it to me.
No, I'd love to see that. That'd be funny as hell.
It'd be really funny. We got RT the brand in the chat saying a lot of narcissistic personalities in wrestling as well with Instagram. Instagram on Giga Chad, man. Yeah. Sorry, guys, watching from the TV. Couldn't comment. All good. I mean, I can't pull up the comments for whatever reason. I think I know why. I reset my Google Chrome recently. So that might be why, because the Chrome extension is not working. We will fix that by the next week. Programming note, by the way, as I bring that up. We will be live, same time, same place next week. The week after, though, I am going to be in Paris. Well, kind of, I'm going to be passing through Paris on my way to l'Europe, and I'm going to be on my l'Europe trip. I might do the rest of the show like this.
Please don't.
Hold up, let's see if we can take this seriously. Trevor.
You already laughed.
I know what you mean. I am le Frenchman. I don't laugh. I just be French and eat baguette.
I'm just being French. I'm the Frenchman.
Oh, would you like some escargot? Some scapegoat. Escargot. Escargot. The escargot. Wait, Trevor. The escargot. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm kidding, dude. I'm dying. I gotta.
This is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Well, Trevor, Last big thing I want to talk about, and then we can just whatever.
Whatever. Definitely.
But this what is it? Whatever. Trevor, this month marks the, what is it now? Fifth anniversary. No, 6. Jesus, dude, 6 years since. Trevor, this month marks 6 years since the original All In pay-per-view event, the event that helped kickstart AEW in an indirect way, the first ever wrestling show outside of WCW, or after WCW closed, outside of WWE, that was able to get 10,000 people together in North America for that show. Like, so much history involved in that show, so much history around that show, and like the wrestlers from that show are scattered all across the wrestling universe. In your own words, how did the original All In, before it was AEW All In, how did the original All In 2018 impact pro wrestling?
Man, like I remember it really well. I'm and as I'm sure you did too. I think most people were very skeptical about it. A lot of my wrestling friends were like very skeptical about the whole new new wrestling or whatever that's coming out. Like honestly, I kind of thought it was just like an indie thing, and I love indie shows, and I love indie shows, and it was an indie thing. But I love indie shows, so I jumped on it right away. But it was new. It was different. Like, but you also had well-known people. Like, you had people from, you had Chris Jericho. You had Kenny Omega. These guys weren't no names. These guys were well-established wrestlers. Maybe not to the popular fan, but to the casual fan, but to the ones that actually watch wrestling, we knew who they were. And to see him on that stage and that time, it was a thing to see. It was because, like you said, it's been how many years since another wrestling program came on? Like unless you watched TNA or.
But even TNA, the most tickets TNA ever sold was like 5,000.
Exactly, like if that, and then ROH, they were good, but they didn't have big. They had big turnouts. Like
ROH didn't have their first $10,000 or 10,000 ticket sale event until after All In, and that was a show that was like, remember that MSG show they did, the Madison Square Garden Supercard they did with like the whole reason that happened though was like the same reason All In did so well is because the Elite, like Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Jackson brothers, like the Young Bucks. That's the reason why All In was so successful. And it was so successful. It was like it sold over 10,000 tickets for a Madison Square Garden show that wasn't associated with WWE. Crazy.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Like I mean, it meant for me. It was one of those things. I'm like, okay, they might have something here. Like they might have something good cooking here. Let's continue to watch this and see how it plays out. And then when Mr. John Moxley comes up and decides to, because he was at that show, right?
Well, no, he was not. He was still assigned to WWE.
Not that one. He was at the following one, right?
That was so All In was like a standalone show that the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes produced.
Right.
It wasn't not because at that point there was no AEW. Tony Khan was at that show. That's right. Tony Khan was at that show, and the original All In is when Tony, like, that light bulb went off and he was like, this is real. And after that, things moved so fast that
they definitely did.
By December, Trev, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Cody were gone from wrestling or from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the next month they announced AEW.
Yeah, that's true. So what pay-per-view was John Moxley at?
That was Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. That's right. Gotcha. But yeah, man, it been a good time for wrestling, bro, and it has been a good time for wrestling since then. Like wrestling has been so good recently. I mean, it's been terrible too, but it's been so good recently. Like in the past couple of years, like we talked about this last week. Like I would have never guessed wrestling would be what it is today when I was watching when I was a kid.
And we're eating good, man. We're eating good. And that original All In was like a reason. Like, go back and look at like some of the matches on that card too. Like some insane names are on that list. You have Matt Cross versus MJF, which opened up the main show. You had Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky versus the Briscoes. You had
I remember that, yeah.
Cody Rhodes defeating Nick Aldis for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship.
Was that the first meeting or the second meeting?
That was the first meeting.
Yeah.
Then you had Hangman versus Joey Janela, Kenny Omega versus Penta, like Kota Ibushi versus Marty Scurll, Chris Jericho making an appearance the same day. Like Rey Mysterio main evented that show. People forget this. The Golden Elite. It was Kota Ibushi, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson versus Bandito, Rey Fenix, and Rey Mysterio. That's where we were in 2018.
A lot of people forget that, man. And
So
the pop he
wild.
got was crazy.
Booyaka, booyaka. Boy was bursting out of the boat. Boom. Man. But yeah, no, that's like, it still stands as like one of the most iconic pay-per-views in wrestling history. Like, if I were to like put together a list of like, you know, pay-per-views or events to watch before you die or whatever, like All In would have to be on that list.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Like it was that important of a show. It was definitely important to wrestling. Like,
and it was all because Dave Meltzer couldn't keep his mouth shut on Twitter. Thank you, Uncle Dave.
thank you, Uncle Dave.
It was so funny. It was like the way that came together. Someone asked Dave, like, do you think like any non-WWE company could sell out or sell 10,000 tickets in North America? Very specific question. And Dave just says, not anytime soon. Cody quote tweeted and said, bet. Like,
Accept.
Challenge accepted. And here we are.
Yep.
Crazy stuff, guys. Yeah. What else, man? What else we got?
I don't know.
I don't got much else. I don't got anything else I want to talk about. What's on your mind, bro? What's on your mind? What do you like it in wrestling?
You know, I was talking to somebody about this, like, I don't know, like, I like the new era of wrestling that's going on with WWE, well, SmackDown mostly. I don't know what I would actually call it though. I definitely wouldn't call it the Attitude Era or anything like that. But I like the era they're going. Like, I mean, I will be honest when I say that I still don't think when it comes to like actual wrestling that WWE is on top. I still think AEW has the wrestling department beat.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to watch wrestling, you watch AEW. But if you definitely want to be entertained, you definitely watch WWE because the entertainment factor is big there. But it's very interesting. Like I still don't fully watch a full wrestling show, a WWE show, and I had been slacking on my AEW. So like over the weekend, I watched every episode of AEW I missed in the past like few months. It was a lot of them. and I watched them all, so I caught back up and figured out what's going on. But yeah, man, like wrestling, I literally stopped watching wrestling when I was like off and on from like my 20s to like my 30s. Because when I met you, we started talking about it. I just started watching a new one. I started watching again, and I'm like, I know certain things, but you were telling me stuff that I had no idea about.
I was like, have you did you see Kota Ibushi versus Kenta and Dominion? Like, it was such a great show. I was like geeking out back then about wrestling.
Dude, like I literally went home that night, opened my computer, and just started like.
Oh my god! Have you seen? So there's this guy. His name is. Let me stop.
Because like honestly, I don't even think I knew. Like I'd seen him wrestle, but I don't even think I really knew who Kenny Omega was at the time.
Yeah, no, you learned fast though, because like you went to that first AEW show in DC. You went to Dynamite 1. You were like, hot doggity dog.
and the thing is, like, when it comes to wrestling, like I do like it. I've always enjoyed it. It's always been something that I interested in. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a wrestler. I think most kids, do.
I was
Well, I mean, I
in my
technically
backyard.
was too.
In my friend's backyard.
But yeah, man, it's just wrestling is in a good spot right now. Like you said before, I love your metaphor. We definitely ain't going hungry. We're definitely eating. Even indie wrestling is at a new high, and deathmatch wrestling has gotten higher too. Like my buddy does deathmatch wrestling actually, and there's a couple spots in like PA, West Virginia, and New Jersey that still deathmatch wrestling is still a thing.
XPW.
And it's crazy, dude.
No more XPW.
No,
oh man.
No.
Well, yeah, no, wrestling's crazy, man. Sometimes I do feel overwhelmed though. Like it's just so much on.
It's just so much. It's just so much. Like
to be honest, I might have to cut out watching either Raw or Smack. I mean, I'm gonna cut out watching Raw pretty soon.
Do you even watch Raw?
It's so bad. I've been watching Raw live for the past few weeks or few months. Actually, it's really bad. I hate it. I like dread Monday nights because I have to watch Raw.
Let me be honest with you. I don't even watch the matches anymore. I literally just watch the promos.
Hey man, Monday Night Football, baby. I ain't gonna be watching Raw no more. I'm so excited about football season.
Dude, I can't wait for the college football season, to be honest with you. I'm more excited about college football.
LSU. Wait.
LSU.
My LSU Tigre.
LSU.
My Tigres. Remember that show? What was it? El Tigre?
El Tigre.
El Tigre. Was that was a show about wrestling, right? Or was that?
Yeah, it was. Well, he was a superhero type.
No. He was a super. What was the show? There was Mucha Lucha.
Mucha Lucha.
Mucha Lucha. It's a way
It's time for Mucha Lucha.
Mucha Lucha. I love
my
Mucha
man.
Lucha.
The Fleet. I am the
Fleet. Bro. Whole time, bro. Whole time.
Who with the Flea?
Yeah. Whole time.
The Flea is masterful. The Flea is
although
yeah, it actually kind of fits more Ryan.
I was muting myself on the thing. You saying his name? That's crazy. Shout out to Ryan. We love you.
You said Ryan.
No, well, I muted myself on the stream. That's what I was.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mucha lucha. Yo, I used to. There was a Mucha Lucha movie.
There was. Yeah.
Dude, guess what day this Mucha Lucha movie came out, though?
What day?
January 4th, 2005, Trevor. Which, bro, you know what day Wrestle Kingdom is on every year?
That's funny.
Bro, they knew. They were like, they knew, man. They knew. That's crazy. I mean, they didn't know because Wrestle Kingdom didn't happen until 2 years later, but.
Right, but they did.
Nuts, man. Trevor, what are you watching lately?
About to start Umbrella Academy soon. Because the new season came out. I hear noises behind me, sorry.
I hear voices in my head. They sound to me.
Hi, Dobby.
Dobby, I am Dobby. Give me sock.
And so yeah, I've been watching a lot of different things. I watched the new Batman, the Cape Crusader.
The Cape Crusader. Yeah. Is it good?
It's actually really good. It's actually, so a lot of people thinking it was going to be a continuation of Batman animated series, but it's not. It's a new imaging of Batman, and it's actually pretty cool. This is set in the 50s, actually. It's really interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, other than that, just been chilling. How about you? What you been watching lately?
I ain't watching nothing, bro. I'm working. I'm working or I'm sleeping. That's it. Or
That's typically what I'm doing, but
Or I'm doing this. Trying to finish Gen V still. I'm so behind on everything.
Yeah, say,
Hopefully that week off will give me some time. I'll download some shows.
yeah, relax, man. Relax, kick back, enjoy yourself.
What's that? What's that, homie? Relax. Oh no, I can't. No, that's the warning. I can't. That's the. I was about to sing the Mariah Carey diss.
Oh no.
Sit back, homie. Relax. Anyway. Man. Well, Trevor, any parting thoughts? I guess because we both seem to be pretty spent.
It's a rough week. It's a long
It's a
week.
rough life.
Preach. But no, guys, like I enjoy doing this stuff with you. I enjoy talking with you guys because apparently you like hearing what I say. Well, you hate hearing what I say, but I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, we love you guys too. Or I love you. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm at my wit's end with today. I need to get food. But guys, we'll be back right here. Same time, same place, same vibe. But we're going to be talking about AEW All In London. Everything you need to know about All In live here next week, 7-ish p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday night. Mark your calendars. Forget NXT. We're going to be talking about one of the biggest wrestling shows of the year, All In, right here. It's going to be great.
See you then, guys.
Until next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.
Hug those who are close, love those who are far. Take care of yourselves, guys. We want you here for next week.
Au revoir, mon chéri. Oh, I will miss my legions of fans. Senghor, merci beaucoup.